Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another LEGO build. I've got the sorters out, we've got a custom mills plate, so you know what that means. Another addition to the LEGO city. Now, this is going to be another rebrickable model, of course. This is the Creator Main Street 31141, 1,459 pieces. Now, I picked up this one and a second model, which we already saw as a corner building photo center slash photo studio, and I've been holding on to this one for a while. Just because I haven't been updating my city as much, and as much as I would love to incorporate the original design in this, it has an open back. Obviously doesn't really work for my LEGO city, so today we'll be doing another model from the creator known as Rebricked. You've seen him featured on this channel many times, from the apartment building to the LEGO store, to the sports center, to all of it. So I do a lot of his designs, great guy. I'll have his work, these instructions and everything in the description below. But basically you need no extra parts, and you will actually, I believe, have some extra left over. We're going to be turning this into just a standalone 16 by 32 modular hotel and recording studio. Mainly, I want it for the motel. I have another recording studio in the actual photo center, and the recording studio is in kind of like the basement area of it, or I shouldn't say basement, but the first floor of it. So maybe I'll turn that into something a little bit different down the road, but I'm excited. It's obviously not going to be a corner unit. This one's going to be just straightforward. I do have some actual tile pieces. I should be able to tile it off today. And as always, I use light bluish gray to represent the curb here. I didn't have any half base plates, so I actually cut this one like a sociopath, so there we are. Sorry if that was a little loud. Should put it on the actual little light kit here. Not the light kit, you know what I mean. It's late, I'm tired. But yeah, it's going to go one of two places. I have not entirely decided where yet. It's either going to replace the sports center / gym. That's been on my list for a little bit, and when I say replace, it's literally just going to get moved up to the other portion of the city. This is double stacked since I don't have a lot of ground space, or it's just going to go directly in the top portion of the city. I'm not sure yet. If I'm putting it up top, I obviously have to make this double stacked since it'll be facing the beach. Since it's a hotel, or a motel I should say, that is a possibility. So if it's randomly 2 bricks high when you see me at the end of this, that's where it's going. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm excited to add yet another building to the city. Whenever you're doing rebrickable projects, try and pick up some organizers. I brought these from Target. I have 2 large ones. Those really come in handy for like bigger builds. This one's pretty decently built, but the colors are very sporadic, so we'll see. When I'm building like the castles and everything like that, these are obviously like light gray and dark gray or brown. And then I have a bunch of smaller ones too. Dollar store, again, I picked these up at Target. Don't spend a lot on your organizers, trust me. Things can get out of hand in this hobby pretty quickly, and save money where you can. But yeah, really excited to do this one. Should be pretty cool. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It does help the channel a lot. Share the video if you found it fun, and follow me on Instagram if you want a little bit more of a sneak peek into all of the stuff I do with my LEGO builds and everything like that. It's been a lot of fun recently. The channel's been doing great. We officially have hit 1 million views within the first 2 years, so very, very cool, very exciting. Thank you all so much for all the progress. It's been an absolute joyride, and I hope to bring you a lot more stuff as we start ramping down the end of 2024 with building, and start ramping up into 2025. Should be pretty exciting. But without further ado, guys, let's get started on this awesome build. Alright everybody, so here's the final build. I kind of just have all the minifigures sitting out in front. I technically already reviewed this set as a whole, but I'll probably just show off the minifigures just a little bit in case you didn't see that one. I built this wrong a little bit. There's too much of a gap back here, and not entirely as big enough of a gap up front. Now, I don't think it'll really affect anything because it's kind of in line with the rest, but there is a large gap in the background, and there's supposed to be an actual like staircase to a little balcony here. I did not like how it was constructed, so I actually ended up not building it. This is also open in the back, so definitely a little bit awkward for whoever's in the bathtub. But overall, it definitely looks pretty cool from the front. I am really happy with this. The motel sign, I think if I can figure out how to light that up using like, I'm probably a 1x1 little clamp, and then like doing a little display light, I definitely think that could work out pretty well. In terms of the minifigures, some of them I just swapped headpieces or pants or like the torso print, whatever, just to make it a little bit different, since this is already in our building. But you will see some of these guys as duplicates throughout the city. I have so many of these like baristas and no coffee shop to really put them in except for Assembly Square. So we need a modular coffee shop. That would be so cool. I've been requesting one of those for ages now. As we're recording this, the Bricklink Designer Program Series 6, I think, just came out. And I ordered a couple of the castle sets. I also have a cold at the moment, so sorry if I'm a little bit hard to understand or sniffly at all. But from the outside, I said before, I'm running low on tiles, so I'm trying to see if I can gather enough from some displays that I don't really have on camera at the moment. So I'm going to try and tile this off camera once I actually put it into the city. But in terms of the outside, I mean, obviously it is pretty straightforward. I love the opening with like the golden archways. The color scheme definitely works out really well. We have plenty of plants and a tree to bring some greenery to the life here. I've decided that I'm going to put this indeed up top. So when you see this is double stacked, that means it is going near the boardwalk or on that city block. I also just purchased a bunch of stuff to light this up. I want to light up the tiki bar and the actual like boardwalk area. So gonna add some like lanterns and stuff like that in a future video of just lighting up this building, the tiki bar, and all that good stuff. So I think that's definitely gonna be pretty exciting, and I'm looking forward to adding lights to the new area of the city. The only thing that I had to really prep for that was I run all of this system off of an 18-volt power inverted system with like Ryobi batteries, and it works fantastic. I absolutely love it. I have too many light sources on it, so they're actually starting to like dim a little bit, just because it's spreading too much power. So what I'm going to do is separate this area of the city and the top area of the city, as well as like the Harry Potter universe is obviously a little bit lit up top. So I'm going to try and break them up into two different systems. So I just ordered a couple new batteries just to have spares and a new power inverter. So I'll be rerouting some power stuff here in the near future. I'm definitely pretty excited about that, but I got some of the cables cleaned up and everything, so it's been nice. So for the actual building itself, it separates into two different structures, and you can break them up between the recording studio and the actual hotel. So now let's take a look at each floor individually. All right, so for this floor, angled the best I can. Also, I did leave the table and chairs in the back. I just felt like that was a nice addition to at least keep on. There is a nice little coffee maker down there, so that's definitely where this guy is going to end up. There's a really cool lounge chair as well as like the reception area and a plant. Over here, you can see it a little bit through the back window as well. You have a computer set up for the actual recording studio and some windows to actually peer in, but it is a little bit harder to see, obviously, just because it is a very thin building. In terms of the second floors, and like I said, you can break these up, obviously, into two separate units. This floor is a little bit taller than usual, so just be careful when you're actually taking them apart that you're not going to be just doing like this height. It is the full one. With rebrickable models, and I'm taking out the flag in the background already, you will see pizzas like these just kind of like used. Obviously, they're just to make use of the parts. If you want to use traditional pieces, obviously you can just use any rebrickable model and then just exchange from there. But the point of alternate builds, and I always say that to people who are like, oh, the colors are weird, it's an alternate build for a reason. It's using the parts allotted in that set that you're building. Some of them do extra pieces, not all of them do, so you can just modify them and stuff from there. So that's why you see piano keys and sheet music and stuff like that. We obviously have the bathtub. There is a cool display over here of some books on a cabinet with a plant and a photo camera, which is definitely pretty neat. There's also a bed next to the lamp. Obviously, this is a very cramped space, but you know, you're trying to get as much stuff in there as humanly possible, with a really nice balcony and some flags out the back as well. And then, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Motel sign sitting next to that balcony. I think that looks really, really cool. And then we move on to the top floor of the recording studio. You have a guitar hanging from the top here, which is pretty cool. I'm actually missing this piece here, so I'm waiting on one of those to come just in the next day or two, so I'll probably fill that out when I can. But you have like some soundproofing stuff on the windows, which is pretty cool. Again, a little bit harder to see just because it's a thin building, but you have a keyboard in there, you have a record player, you have some records on the walls, as well as a microphone, and again, that soundproofing stuff, which is pretty cool. The roofs are pretty standard. I think this is supposed to be a solar panel. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but that's the only thing I could really make sense of. For some reason, I got one of each of these. I'm supposed to have two of these, so just an odd parts error, I guess, there. But oh well, it's not going to bother me too much on the roof with an air conditioning unit as well. And then the roof for the recording studio actually does have a little bit of an open. Oh my god, I found what I did. There it is. It's storage for some drums. So put the drummer on the roof. They're always the loud ones anyways, but then on the outside to signify that it is a recording studio, you do of course have like the record player up top, so that's pretty cool. Now let's actually get this put into the Lego City and let me fix my mistake. Alright, the Motel and recording studio is in. Now, obviously, this is more of a placeholder than anything else. The little ice cream shop, but there you can see the brand new boutique hotel that has been put in recently. And I definitely want to modularize the 12 Grimald Place at some point. We've got the little town hall there. We have the construction site, which we just added pretty recently. And of course, you know, everything else in this area of the room, including the massive Hogwarts project. But I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's going to look nice once there's some more modular buildings near it. In terms of the actual like area from my desk, there's a little bit of a gap there. I just have to tile over. But obviously there is its relation to the boardwalk. You can kind of see as you go there. But yeah, that's going to do it for this build. I like it. And I'm happy that this area of the city is finally seeing some love. And eventually, you know, it's going to look like this area. And I'm going to love it. So, I'm very excited to finally start actually building, adding lights and everything to it. Cable management is a bear and a half to get through, but I'm finally running some clean wires and actually some like running cords and stuff like that. Command stripping everything to the top with these like little cord holders. So, I'll talk about that more when I actually get some lighting done, but yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I think it is going to look pretty cool once the motel light is lit up and stuff like that. Get some street lamps up here, because as of now, the only thing lit up is the shrimp shack. All the way down there, the custom one that I built. So, yeah, I'm excited. And the lighthouse, of course. So, I think it'll be pretty cool once we can get all of these like lights lit up down here. I have a project coming pretty soon for the bottom here, which is going to be taking these street lights here and actually making them overhanging over the road. I still have to finish the one-way street as well. Just lit up the haunted house for Halloween, so yeah, it's a pretty good time right now. I'm really excited for that. So thank you all so much for joining me for another LEGO build. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you enjoyed it. It helps the channel out a lot. And follow me on Instagram if you want a little bit more involved in our community here and compare your builds with everybody else's and get some inspiration and some ideas. It's always fun when I'm looking for ideas. You know, it's always nice when I have an entire army of you guys that I can talk to. So it's a lot of fun. I love this job, and it's been an absolute blast. So here's to a bunch more years beyond this 2 years that I've currently been on here. I'll see you next time. Happy building, everybody.